to have certain regulations as far as the height of grass, and there's not really any mechanism to make an exception for just one property, because, just like the mayor said, everybody that did want to cut their grass would have a different reason for not wanting to have to cut their grass.
I can see that very well, and I'm not wanting to argue, but there are no residents touching my property, and the quality of my property, that neighborhood just across the street on the backside, that's a lower area, and I'm all private. I have private, you can't hardly see, if I got that and put a private fence up, nobody, you cannot see my property.
If you put a private fence up, you probably wouldn't get a citation or a notice because nobody could see it, so that might be your option on that. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, except we cannot tell one person that they don't have to comply with our municipal code.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Curtis. Appreciate it. Any council members have anything? Mr. Height?
Sean? And I'm not trying to blindside Sean. I meant to call him today, but I had a resident call me and remind me that I promised to ask you this question, and it's the property that's being developed by General Properties at the intersection or at the corner of McCain and Randolph.
Yes.
Where are we on that? What's going on there? Can you give us an update?
It has changed their plan again, so they're coming back through Planning Commission and City Council, but right now it's townhomes. So about a dozen townhomes. There's not a private street. So
I understand that, and I think the last time I talked to you about that was several months ago. It might have been late last fall, and you told me they changed to townhomes. They were going to be a fourplexes. Is that right?
Yeah, so they've changed that one more time.
Okay.
So now it's townhomes, two-story next to each other.
Okay, all right.
And there's about a dozen probably.
So are they fixing to start doing some?
We're still at Planning Commission, so
Oh,
it will
okay.
still be late August before they would even start anything.
Okay. Well, thank you. All right.
Mr. Taylor?
A couple of things. One, you guys, even my esteemed colleague, Councilmember White, we had a side conversation about scooters when you mentioned those. I was down in, where was I? Austin, Texas. And I was scooter riding something. I guess the only thing that I probably didn't do right was wear a helmet, but if I ever ride the scooters again, I'll be sure to throw me a helmet on. But we had the time of our lives riding those scooters around in Austin, and it's a great little mini transportation type deal. It was pretty cool, so I enjoyed that. And for the young man with the grass and the fence issue, a mean dog will probably take care of that.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I got one more.
Ms. Ginn?
Okay.
We have a new dog park and a new name for the dog park, and it's Barks and Rec.
Bark and Rec Park, and it's really, really pretty. You need to go by and see it. We encourage everybody to use it. Mr. Height?
Mayor, last week, I think it was last week or week before last, I may have read in the Democrat Gazette where you're putting some trees in the plaza.
Yeah, well, we've already got trees in the plaza. I think they're going to add some more.
Well, but it came up and about the type of trees and da-da-da-da-da. During that discussion about the trees for the plaza, were any trees for McCain Boulevard discussed?
You need to talk to Ms. Ross. Yes, ma'am.
I spoke with the mayor about this, about McCain, because we've just spinning our wheels. We're not getting anywhere on that. And the mayor said that the aldermen from Ward 4 and Ward 1 need to get together and tell them what they want. So it's not just Ross.
Y'all started this. You finish it.
One last thing, Mayor, and I guess I should have said this when we were talking about it, but on that airport thing, I went out and I visited the airport and saw the condition it was in, and I travel, all over the state of Arkansas and to other parts of the country, and I see that the thriving cities, the growing cities, you go to Jonesboro, you go to Conway, you go to these other cities, and those airports are just, there's something to behold. And when I went and visited ours, I was like, wow, it was just, it's almost embarrassing compared to what I was seeing as I traveled around to other parts of the state and other parts of the country. So I think we did the right thing, and hopefully it will pay off for us in the end.
You know, I told, and a lot of you were probably there when I addressed 1,200 people at lunch at the Municipal League, that, you know, you've got to be aggressively progressive. And if you're doing nothing, you're backing up. And, you know, we have to have that attitude when we're dealing with economic development. And I agree with you, Mr. Taylor. I think this is going to be a great shot in the arm. Ms. Robinson.
I just want to throw this out to the council members. You know, we always hear, you know, about East Broadway and there's nothing to do, and, you know, a person can't pull over and, you know, mingle and get a drink and this, that, and the other decent place. Well, I want the council members to know that the pastors, as well as the people in that community, they do not want a place where folks can pull over and get a drink on East Broadway. They have cried out, they have said they don't want it, and so I'm just letting y'all know, not that we're trying to prevent businesses, and I know that they're trying to get businesses to come, but we can't make anyone move to East Broadway. We can't make a business move, but I do know, you know, Taylor and I, we've heard from the people down there, especially the senior citizens down there, and they've said they don't want no club down there, they don't want no drinking place down there, they want some peace and quiet because they've worked all their lives, they've retired, and they feel like they need to enjoy their lives. And the pastors down there said no.
Well, and East Broadway is a process. I mean, Mr. Carpenter, he's if you drive down there and look at his building that he's working on, I mean, I've driven by it several times since he started that project. I'm just doing a fantastic job. We just approved the rehab of the old warehouse liquor for to have it rehabbed. Hums, they rebuilt their building down on East Broadway. So East Broadway is not going to be an overnight type fix. It's going to be an ongoing process as people like Mr. Carpenter, Hums, warehouse liquor, as those businesses and entities start to develop and do the things that they're doing, East Broadway, it'll come back, but it's just going to take individuals like Mr. Carpenter, Hums, one business, one entity at a time to bring it back. And as Councilmember Robinson said, they don't want a place to party and drink. They want reputable business establishments, which is
we're working right now with the enlargement of Don's Weaponry too. A very large enlargement. Anybody else? Ms. Ross.
This is back on the airport. I know that we've had many projects in the city, and every project that we've done, we've always gone way over. The
Was always what?
Gone over on our budget. Justice Build, we're already 10 million over on that. The airport coming up, that budget's already at, what, 7.6 basically, or whatever, the latest budget, whatever. So please remind them to stay within their budget. We all want more.
We're gonna take the money that the Oakleys give us for Buckeye, and we're gonna borrow 4.5 million, period.
And in the event that that sale does not go through to Oakley, then they have the 4.5.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it. Don't keep coming. And then the 100,000 that we're currently putting in every year, that will go away, correct?
That'll go away.
So we'll be paying out 308,000 a year on that bond, basically.
Right. That's my plan. How about a motion?
So moved. Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.